Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft, and we have the Minnesota Dad here, and today we're going to be talking knives, the pros and cons of what I have over what he has, and so if you are interested, stay tuned. Alright, so when it comes to selecting a knife, there's a lot of pros and cons that you got to keep in mind. The difference between yours and mine is basically just steel type and the attention to detail. And so the main thing that you want to look at when choosing a knife is the length. And so we got two comparable knives here. So this knife here, it's got a sawback. It looks like a seatbelt cutter, but it's probably a gutting hook, and it's got a pry bar up top, where mine doesn't have all the features, but mine is 1095 high carbon steel, so mine's going to hold up a lot longer. It's going to hold an edge a lot longer, and so I'm not going to have to sharpen as much as you are.
I noticed, just to interrupt, I notice even the experience you have in knives, yours is clean and it looks like it's actually taken care of. I don't know if you can zoom in and see this. It is filthy because I didn't take care of it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Yeah. The other thing though too is, since yours is stainless steel, yours isn't going to rust as fast as mine. And so because mine is carbon steel, it's going to rust. And so I have to keep it clean and I have to keep it oiled, or it's going to rust and it's going to rot.
Okay.
And so yours is a lot less maintenance than mine as well.
What's the model of this one? What's it called?
This is the Becker BK9.
Becker BK9.
Yep,
Okay.
the Becker series. And then we have another smaller Becker here. This is the Becker BK2.
Becker BK2. Okay.
Yep. And these were my first camp knives here. And so this one is a lot thicker. It's 1/4 inch thick. It's a big, robust knife. It's never going to break. And but again, it's high carbon steel, so it's stronger than the stainless. You don't have to sharpen it as much. It's not going to get as sharp as stainless, but it still will cut hair.
Okay, cool.
So,
cool.
and then yours is full tang. That's another thing that I always look for. I always look for a nice full tang construction because those are the toughest. These Moras, these are 1/4 tang. So
what does that mean?
So the metal only comes up to about here.
Why would they do that?
It saves on metal, which saves on price.
Okay.
It makes it lighter. If you feel the difference between this knife and this knife.
Oh yeah. And I mean, they assume that you're not going to use this knife for the same things you're going to use this knife.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So this, you can do whatever you want to this thing. You're not going to break it. You can baton with it. You can feather stick. This is a jack of all trades, master of none.
Okay.
Right? And then this.
And I mean,
one,
you even have this down here where if
yeah,
you had to.
nice pommel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because the Becker knives are made as fighting knives.
Oh, okay.
And so, but they work really well in the field. And so this one, I've upgraded the handles to a micarta handle. It's not as smooth as the stock Crow Van handles. And then I upgraded the sheath to my BK9 as well.
Okay.
To have a nice system to go into the woods with. And then, so this one, when it comes to carving and feather sticking and wood processing, this is going to be more for bushcraft.
I feel like even if in a pinch, if I were fishing or something, I feel like I could use this more fillet if I had to, rather than this.
Yes.
You know.
This would just destroy the fish. It can be done, but it's going to be easier with this.
Okay.
All these knives can do the same things. It's just like skinning a fish or anything with this is going to be way easier than with this.
And what's the name of this one?
This is the Mora Companion.
Mora Companion.
This is the HD, and then we have.
That's Mora. Okay.
Correct. And then we have the Mora Companion. This is Caroline's knife, and this one's stainless steel.
Okay.
So she doesn't.
So
have
that's
to,
like this almost.
Yeah,
okay.
and so she doesn't have to take care of hers as well as I have to take care of mine.
Okay.
And so hers is a lot less maintenance, and it can get sharper, but she has to sharpen it a lot more often.
Okay.
And so that's the pros and the cons of steels.
Now I've noticed some of the sheaths are different. So there's like a composite plastic, it looks like,
yeah.
And then there's leather.
Yep.
Is there any sort of pros or cons to that, do you think?
Yep. So I like Kydex.
Kydex, okay.
I upgrade to Kydex, and so the Kydex is heat resistant, water resistant, everything. It's going to protect your knife a lot more. It's not going to rip. It's not going to tear. It's going to last a long time. It's very tough.
So water's not going to do anything to it?
No.
You don't have to worry about it losing its form?
No.
Okay.
If it gets really hot, it can lose its form, but it has to get really hot for that to happen.
Okay.
And then also with Kydex, you can put other options on it. You just screw all the
Gotcha.
options on. So I got a belt loop, a tech lock, a ferro rod holder, a nice pouch with a Altoids tin.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of options that you can do with Kydex, and it's a lot easier than with leather.
Okay.
They're like Justin Wolf, he does leather work, and he can put Altoids tin cans and everything on there, but it
Right.
gets big and bulky and huge.
Plus with leather, you have to worry about
The
like stitching, it seems,
yep.
yeah.
And you have to oil it and take care of it because it'll dry out and it will.
Oh, okay,
There's a-
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it'll dry out, and so you got to oil it and you got to take care of it. But this is my main bushcraft knife.
What's that now?
This is the LT Wright Genesis, the Larry Roberts Signature Edition.
LT Wright, is that WRIGHT?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
LT.
the Larry,
Yep. And
the
so
Larry
then
Roberts, all right.
this is the Larry Roberts knife, and so this one, this is a very expensive knife, but this is A2 tool steel,
Okay,
and so the tool steel is, it's a forging steel, just like the 1095, but it's stronger, and
Okay.
the edge retention is a lot better than the 1095 in my opinion.
as far as it being, like as far as maintenance and upkeep, is it somewhere between stainless and this?
I would say, kind of.
Okay.
I think when it comes to my BK9 and this, I've sharpened my BK9 more. Well, I never sharpen a knife. I just hone the edge.
Right.
And I have to hone the edge of my BK9, and I've never had to hone the edge of this. This
Okay.
thing can take a beating and just keep on going.
Cool.
Yep. And then the other aspect is the attention to detail, right? And so if you look at my BK9 that I've upgraded, the scales, you can feel where they stop and where they end,
Okay.
right? Where if you look at this, it's
Oh, it's smooth.
smooth.
I see.
And then
okay.
also, when it comes to,
Can I?
yeah, you can,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's substantial.
yep.
So then is this, I'm sorry, is this wood or is this
That's
some,
micarta. So that's the
Micarta,
same as this, but they put a finish on it. This is raw micarta, so it looks like, because what micarta is it's kind of,
Larry Roberts?
yeah, his little mouse. That's what sold it.
Cool.
LT Wright has the Genesis,
Okay.
and then Larry Roberts, he was on the History Channels alone, and he went 86 days alone in Vancouver Island.
Another Minnesota YouTuber, Larry
Yes.
Roberts. Cool.
And so, and he had the original Genesis, and he liked it so much that he went to LT Wright and he's like, do you want to collab and design a knife that, because the only issues that he had was he wanted the handle a little rounder, I think, and then he wanted the inserts, so these white inserts,
Okay.
make the handle fill your hand
Gotcha.
more, right?
Okay.
So it fills your hand a lot more, and the 90-degree spine on this thing is just sharp.
So it's so like hockey skates are almost. So it's, oh wow,
Yeah, it's sharp.
that's cool.
And so I actually talked to Larry about this knife, and that 90-degree spine was my only complaint, but I loved it at the same time because the utility you get with a 90-degree spine is you can strike a ferro rod,
yeah.
you can remove bark, there's a lot of things you can do with a 90-degree spine.
Yeah.
And the only thing is I like to do a lot of assisted cutting, and it's hard on my thumb.
Oh, I bet,
after
yeah.
a while, it chews up my thumb, but it's with a minor downfall to
Sure.
all the benefits that this has. And so that is really cool.
I see you got the multi-tool
Yeah,
over here
I got
too.
the multi-tool, just like your multi-tool. They're both Leathermans. Leathermans have always served the test of time.
Yeah, mine's never let me down, even
No.
to something as little as like removing the screw from my glasses.
Yeah.
What is this over here?
This is an Opinel number 8, I think.
Oh, so is this
Yep.
your only folding? I mean, besides the
Yep.
multi-tool?
The multi-tool is my EDC. I carry this on me
Okay.
all day, every day. I always have this on me. This open now is just a little bushcrafter knife. It was made in France. They started making these.
Oh, so that's the lock on the top, huh?
Yep.
Cool, okay.
So you can lock it open and close, and so then it becomes more of a fixed style knife. And they started producing these in 1890.
Oh, wow.
And Minnesota was founded in 1860.
Ah, there we go.
And so 30 years later, this went into production. But the cool thing is the settlers that settled the West.
Yeah.
The French trade style stuff is what they carried.
Yeah.
Right? And so they would have Dave Canterbury and Horst Kefhart talk about how on their hip they would carry a French trade style butcher style knife.
Okay.
And then this would be called a jackknife.
Oh,
we
gotcha.
call it a pocket knife these days. Back then it was a jackknife. And there's actually a story of Horst Kefhart. Their butcher style fixed blade was made just for skinning animals and food.
Okay.
They didn't use it for anything else. And so their jackknife, this guy, they were in the woods doing their thing, and they were hiking over distance, and he dropped his musket and he broke the stock, and he spent the whole next day whittling a new one with his jackknife.
Oh, wow.
Not his belt knife.
That's
that belt
awesome.
knife was for food only.
So even a smaller knife like this does have a purpose. It's not just a simple knife.
Yeah, and so when I go out, I can carry my BK9 on my belt with my survival items and my ferro rod and have everything I need.
Now, the ferro rod, like you were saying with the Larry Roberts, this is the part of the knife that you use.
Correct.
Cool. And later on, maybe you can show me how to do that.
I will. I'll show you.
Sweet.
All right, and so then, because this does not have a 90-degree spine.
Okay.
And the coating makes it so that it cannot strike a ferro rod, so I have to carry a striker with me.
So in your opinion, would you say that there is no perfect, does everything perfect knife? You have to figure out like the right tool for the right job.
Correct.
Okay.
It'd be like fixing your car, and you need a 1/4-inch screwdriver, a 1/4-inch socket, and all you have is a hammer.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Cool.
And so
for people like me just starting out, like trying to figure out, man, how do I navigate through these $35, little retail store items, or do I actually invest in something that'll last, that's handcrafted, that people actually use in the woods?
Yeah.
This, I appreciate it, Corey.
Yeah.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, there's a lot to knives, and it's just
that's
simple.
An understatement right there.
It's as simple as this. We got the Mora Companion, which is about a $15 to $20 knife. Okay, so you have that. It's not full tang, so you can't baton with it, but you can feather and carve and make a lot of things with this knife.
Sure.
And then you have the Mora Bushcraft Black, which they made for bushcrafting. And so it has a 90-degree spine.
Gotcha.
It has a much more comfortable handle so that your hand doesn't fatigue over time. And but it's still only 3/4 tang. You still can't baton with it. You still can't. Well, you can, but it's not recommended.
Right.
It's still high carbon steel, and so even the same company, same style, Puko style blade, but there's still so many differences.
Okay.
Right? Because this blade and this blade, they look a lot alike. But you look at this handle, so like if you feel that handle, right?
Yeah.
And then you put that handle in your...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and this one...
That one's a lot... It's a rubbery, grippier handle. It's a lot more ergonomic.
Yeah.
It fits your hand a lot better. And
Awesome.
so the same style knife, it's the exact same style knife, but that attention to detail makes this one a $50 knife and this one a $15 to $20.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. And then it goes all the way up to
This
the
one
heirloom type.
This one was $260.
Ooh, but this is gonna. I mean, this is a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
And
my son will have this knife even after me.
I'm guessing too that with a knife like that, I mean, if you have questions, you can call the company and they're gonna say, "Here's what you do."
There's a lifetime warranty. So if I break this knife, and I'm not overusing it and I'm not abusing it. If it breaks, I send it to them. They send me another one.
Gotcha.
Right. So lifetime warranty.
Cool, man. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not just gonna throw this stuff away. What I am gonna do is look and see what will fit for the things that I do.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to be out there in the woods for a week by myself. It's just not going to happen. Maybe a couple overnights, and maybe there will be times where I need to do some things with a knife that, you know, maybe my car isn't close by. I have to have something on me that this won't, you know, handle.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Yep. And so yeah,
Knives.
When you're looking at knives, there's a lot to consider. But the main focus, okay, is you want a full tang knife.
Okay.
So they want the metal to run from the tip all the way through the handle, so that it's strong. You can baton with it. You can do whatever you want, and it's not going to break. There's a lot of stories of the handles breaking and this breaking here, because the tapers to fit inside this handle.
Okay.
And so
not only is it not full tang, it tapers down.
Yeah, it tapers to fit into the handle, and so it breaks right here. If you heavy use this knife, it's going to break at the end of the handle.
Gotcha.
If you heavy use this knife, you might dull it.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then, so it needs to be full tang.
Full tang.
It needs the steel. I prefer a high carbon steel blade.
No, the steel is depending on what you're going to do, right?
High
carbon steel is...
High carbon steel is king.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it's stronger. It's easier to sharpen in the field. It won't get as sharp as stainless, but it'll get razor sharp, and it's a lot easier to get it there.
It's just a
because
better quality.
The stainless is, this isn't stainless, this is stainless. The stainless, when you're trying to sharpen it, your stone is harder than the steel. And so if you go one pass too far, you're going to roll that edge.
Gotcha, okay.
Where this, it's a lot more forgiving than stainless in sharpening.
Okay.
And so in the field, high carbon.
Awesome.
High carbon, full tang. Make sure that the design is what you like. You can see that this has a straight point where this has a sweeping belly. And so if you need to drill.
Oh, that's what I wondered what. Okay, cool.
Where this one, if you're carving, you can get in and you can carve with that tip.
Gotcha.
And so whatever you're into, but make sure that the handle is comfortable. Because having a comfortable handle means your hand's not going to cramp up.
Okay.
You're not going to be in the middle of doing something and then all of a sudden your hand hurts.
Right.
And you have to stop and wait. So a comfortable handle, full tang, and the style of blade that will work best for you.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Corey. Woo, knives.
Got it. All right. Yep. So with that being said, make sure to check the links below. I have all these knives in the links below. Also, make sure to share your knowledge and your questions in that comment section. There's a lot to do with knives. There's probably going to be a lot of questions. If you have questions on some of the stuff that we didn't mention, like the Tops Bob, you can leave that down there as well. And then make sure to like and share these videos to help spread this knowledge to the people we care about most. And then make sure to subscribe and come join the pack.
Come join the pack, and people watching my channel, check this out. Get on his playlist. Look on his stuff. He's got all this outdoor stuff that you need to know. If you watch my channel, you know I'm not an outdoor aficionado, and I'm certainly not in the woods a lot. Corey is, and he knows what he's talking about. So get out there and yeah, join the pack, man, and check out his videos.
And then make sure to check out the Minnesota Dad. His links will be down there below. You subscribe, help us out, help the community, and we'll continue to help each other. And I'll see you on the next one.
Awesome. Thanks for watching.